Tesla Cybertruck line workers were told to stay home, with the company saying, quote, "no need to report to work," which means it looks like there's already a demand problem for the Cybertruck, which is wild considering that it is the #1 selling electric truck in America right now. But unfortunately, there's all these stories about crashes and failures, and insurance companies won't cover them, and things like this. A Canadian owner bought his Cybertruck and it bricked in hours. On the same day, the truck died less than 24 hours after he got it away from home because it could not defrost in the Canadian winter. This poor guy said he went from ecstatic to heartbroken on the same day. And let's jump into the demand on the Cybertruck, because while apparently there was at least an initially very high demand, that seems to be falling off. A few days ago, workers at Tesla's Austin factory, which is the one that assembles Cybertrucks, were told to stay home for the next 3 days. So they said on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, you do not need to report to work. They said that they do need to report back to work on Friday. Tesla does not reply to questions from the media, so we don't know anything certain about the demand for their truck. But there's interesting things. One Cybertruck line worker says, "When I started at Tesla, you could expect to get overtime pay. Now I feel lucky to get 40 hours. Oof." And as we continue down, even back in April, Tesla shortened the shifts for workers on the Cybertruck production line because apparently they didn't need to work any longer. There's not as much demand as we would speculate, but Tesla will never confirm, which again isn't surprising. The truth is, I was so on board the Cybertruck. I loved this thing. I loved how wild and crazy and like futuristic it looked. But the Cybertruck was constantly plagued by problems like dying from getting wet, dying from cold weather, dying from hot weather, fender bender, truck is dead. The performance aspect doesn't match the amusing look at all. So it's not surprising that there's the initial people that bought it because of the hype, which could have been me, and now people that have to evaluate their vehicle's quality and longevity are like, yeah, maybe I don't want mine to brick if it gets too cold outside.